What's up, everybody? Welcome to the car vlog. What I've been doing is I've been trying out some of Andrew Huberman's morning routine.
I tend to wake up sometime around 6 a.m., 6:30, and I write down the time in which I woke up. The second thing I do after I wake up is I make a beeline for sunlight. So getting outside for a 10-minute walk or a 15-minute walk is absolutely vital to mental and physical health. We get back, I purposefully delay my caffeine intake to 90 minutes to 120 minutes after I wake up. So for me, I just drink water. I also put a little bit of sea salt in the water. And I also drink my athletic greens, which is compatible with fasting. So I don't eat anything until about 11 a.m. or 12 noon. Next, I would do a 90-minute bout of work. And that's typically phone off and out of the room. You'd be amazed how much you can get done in 90 minutes if you are focused. After I finish, I do some form of physical exercise for about an hour. Very last, but certainly not least, deliberate cold exposure.
Now, I am not all about his entire morning routine. And that's because I ain't about to take a cold shower or do an ice bath. No way. What have I been doing then? And what are my learnings? So let's start with the first thing, getting out of bed earlier. If you've ever done this for one single day, it is tougher than schneek. But as I have found, if you continue to do it day after day after day, it gets easier and easier and easier. And surprisingly enough, I have been feeling more and more awake as that continues. So what did I do to get up early in the morning? I just set my alarm for that earlier time and I just did it consistently. Whether I wanted to get up for something, whether I needed to get up for something, whether I was just getting up to get up at that time, I did it. It was as simple as that. After I get up, normally I would go for some coffee. But what I've been doing is taking a glass out of the kitchen, 12 ounces, filling that puppy up right away. It's the very first thing that I do. I go fill up a glass of water and I chug it. It has made me drink more water throughout the day. It has made me feel a little bit more full, actually, especially in the morning, so I can do my fasting that I do. And honestly, it has allowed me to wait to drink more coffee because I am drinking something, so I'm not feeling the urge to drink that coffee at that point in time. While I'm waiting that 90 minutes or so to drink the coffee, I get started on work, and this has been the biggest difference, in my opinion. Getting the light in your eyes and just feeling the sense of accomplishment first thing in the morning. It's been unreal. So first thing that I did, I moved my office, my home office, which I work at 95% of the time when I'm working. I moved that into a room where the sun rises. So I have a huge window that's right by my office and my desk. So that window essentially allows that light to just shine right in my face all morning as it continues to rise. Of course, I would prefer to rather go on a walk with Paxton and get it in that way, or just, sit out on the porch and watch it rise. But work is work. You gotta do it. You got a 9-to-5 job, you gotta do it. So I figured out a way to get closer to it, and maybe it's a little bit diffused, but it's better than nothing. So as I'm taking my morning calls, as I'm doing my emails, I am getting that light straight into my face, and it has been fantastic. It keeps me focused. It keeps me on task, which is something that I have definitely struggled with recently, and that's the reason why I actually looked up this process to begin with. And then around, by that time, around 8:30, sometimes even as late as 9 o'clock in the morning, I will finally say, okay, it's time for some coffee. What this process has allowed me to do is wait longer to drink that coffee, but also decrease the amount of coffee that I do drink. I have went from 3 to 4 cups of coffee in the morning down to 2, and not even really craving to. We'll see how that continues. As I continue to go along with this process, maybe I'll go down to 1. What really rounds this out for me, which he does earlier in the morning, but what I've chosen to do is work out when it's best for me. So if my morning calls don't start until later in the day, so 8:30, 9 a.m., I might choose to work out in the morning, which is great because then I got to get up early for that anyways. Or because my role is a global role with the company that I work for, I often have the majority of my meetings in the morning. So I will wait until lunch or a time that essentially works for my schedule to work out. The key is working out, checking the box, just doing it. I have seen so much benefit from this process. I will 100% continue to maintain this. A couple smaller things that I've sprinkled in just for some additional tips is I have been doing protein and greens along with that. He does AG1. I prefer Ghost products and things like that, which I'll link down in the description if you want to check those out. But I do Ghost greens. It's phenomenal, tastes great, and I've seen great benefits from it. Actually, a real life example, I'm driving home right now from the doctor's office because I was reviewing some blood that I just got drawn. My greens, actually, I saw positive results in my numbers from the greens and multivitamins that I've been taking the last 2 to 3 weeks. Just throwing that out. But here is my summary that anybody can try out and I think will find benefits from. Number 1, just wake your happy butt up earlier in the day. Whether you have something to do or not, just do it. That'll be better. Number 2, drink water first thing in the morning. Chug at least 8 to 12 ounces, more if you can. Number 3, get that sunlight in your eyes however you can, whatever's best for you. Number 4, wait until later to drink that coffee. I still love my coffee, don't get me wrong, but I just wait to drink it later. And finally, working out. You just do it. You do those 5 things. Try to do it for 1, 2, 3 weeks. I promise you're going to see results. I wanted to share my fantastic results with everybody and just say, give it a shot.